thanks for joining in. Sorry about that delay. So today we are going to talk about data quality assurance tools. First of all, data assurance is the process by which an OpenStreetMap contributor like you checks the work, checks the data that is included in OpenStreetMap to ensure that the data that is there, it's at high standards and it's very good for someone to use, and also to prevent misinformation that can lead to damage. And yeah, so as you all know, OpenStreetMap OM is very free to everyone and it's an open platform. So it is everyone's responsibility that is contributing to OSM to ensure data is clean and it's of good quality. So we have three data quality assurance tools that we're going to talk about today. We have Keep Right. So this is just a brief description of the stuff. So we have Keep Right that it's about attribute competences, then Osmose that looks at taggings, geometry issues, and then you have OSM Inspector that looks at views the themes of different different layers that has themes of different layers and the issues that are based to that. And then you also have OSM char. When you're looking at OSM char, you look for issues or data or errors that have per OSM user. Then I'll start with Keep Right. Keep Right is a data quality assurance tool that ensures that shows very large quantity of automatically detected errors. So it has a system that automatically detects different errors in OSM. So for example, the errors that it detects are non-closed ways, then dead-ended ways. Non-closed ways are like buildings. It's a building, but there's a node that's not attached to it, so it's hanging. And then dead-ended ways or junctions, like it's like hanging road, something like that, like a road that's not connected to another, like it's just in space. And then you have deprecated tags. There are tags that are not approved by OSM. And then missing tags, something that is not totally tagged, it's just an object with no name, no anything. And then you have bridges and tunnels without layers. So you know, a bridge or a tunnel, if it's a bridge, it means it's like on top, so the layer has to be 1. If it's a tunnel, it means it's under, the layer has to be -1, so it detects such errors. Then untagged railway crossings. Remember, when you're tagging, when you're tagging, when a road is crossing a railway line, there should be a tag there, like the way you put a bridge. So that tagging, if it's not there, you detect it, as well as railway line that are wrongly tagged. As you all know, like when you're tagging a railway crossing, it's railway equals level underscore crossing. So if that's not well tagged, it will detect it. So basically, this is how we use Keep Right. Keep Right, this is how it looks like before, like you open it. Keep Right has it has different links according to the different regions. For example, there is Europe, there is Australia, there is Africa, Canada, US, Central America, South America, and Asia. So according to where you want to query your errors, this is where you click. For example, when I click on this link, it will open this. So if I want Africa, I'll choose Africa. Then now this is the interface. This is the interface of Keep Right. So if when you're using keep right, it has already brought errors as you can see. So before I start showing you how to get the error or sort, I would like to explain the interface. So basically on my left, right here, these are the different errors that have been detected, that keep right detects, sorry. So like I told you before, it detects non-closed areas, then dead-ended ways, almost functions, missing tags, blah, blah, blah. So these are the ones that it's, so this other side, the plus that you see, in case you want, when I click on it, it will open that error in detail. So you can be able to check exactly what you want. So it will bring for you, if you want highway, exactly, you see it brings it. So you can always check and uncheck according to the errors that you want to find. So when I click here, it's going to bring me other errors. Maybe they're not there, that's why. The same thing here, when I click on the plus, it brings for me, it further divides that error, and it makes it big and easier for you if you want to get a specific kind of error. So right here, these are restrictions, like boundaries. You can always restrict them if you want by just checking it like this. And then down here, you can see all and none. If you want to uncheck all these columns right here, you just click on none, then it will uncheck everything. So if you want it to check everything at once, you just say all, and it checks everything, like you can see right here. And then down here, right here, there's a date that shows when when the data was last ran or updated. It was updated, the site was updated at 2020 this month on 19th. Yeah, so this is what it says. So right here, if you want to pan around the map, you can move it like this, depending on where you want to zoom. You can move like this, going left, going right, like that. The same thing, this plus, if you want to zoom in, the minus if you want to zoom out. So me, I would like to show you how to get errors. So I would like to in Africa. So what I'm going to do is to zoom in slowly while I'm moving. Then maybe sorry. Just a minute, it's loading. So maybe a bit. I want to move towards Africa, so you have to do it in time. So I will zoom out a bit. So here I am. So I specifically want to look at, let me first uncheck all, none. I specifically want how to select errors in keep right, and I want to do it in Kampala. So great. Just a minute, it's coming. So basically, I would like to look at non-closed way. So I'm checking it, and you can see the errors are already coming. Maybe I should do dead-ended ways. Dead-ended there. So you can see the light green one is non-closed ways, and then is it light blue? I'm not good at colors. It's dead-ended one ways. So when you are selecting an error in keep right, you just click on any of them that you want. So I selected dead-ended ways, like I told, dead-ended ways is like hanging roads. This first one here where I'm at, it shows you like the codes of of that era. And then right here, it again describes deeply. It's like an added description of the era. And then right here is like the tools that you can use. For example, if you'd like to use JOSM, if you'd like to use Potlash, if you'd like to use ID editor, this is where you. So right here is like if you want to keep the keep this era open, yes, you check this one. Now if you want to ignore the error temporarily, that is if you've corrected it, now check what will happen when I check this and then I save. Let me just zoom in. You see the color of the error has changed a bit. So this is very good when, like, for example, you're trying to clean up data around, let me say, Kampala, and then you've corrected it. So you check it when you say, let me just select it again. When you say ignore that the error temporarily, it means you've corrected it. So it's like a way of monitoring how far you've gone, so you can keep on checking once you've corrected the error. And then right here, ignore, that is if maybe the error was flagged. Let me just select, let me cancel, then I select another one. So once I ignore, it implies that probably that error was flagged wrongly. So when I save it, it also shows me like a different emoji on it. So basically these ones are used to monitor, like monitoring your work. And then right here are like the coordinates of the error. Once you click it, it will take you to OSM. It's still loading. And then right here down, it shows you when, sorry. Okay, it shows you exactly. Last time it took me to OSM. It gives you like that specific thing. So I'm still explaining some. So I think I've gone back. Sorry, that. Anyways, I think I've zoomed back, but anyway, what I wanted to show you, let me pick this. Okay, non-closed area, and that is it. So right here down, right down, it shows you the user, the person who did the mapping there, and then it shows you when they did it. So once you've known about this, and so if you want to look at the error, I would like to use JOSM, so I click right here and it will lead me to JOSM. Always, and it opens. So now we are correcting the error using JOSM. So first of all, I usually like leaving my imageries off so that I really look and fancy. So this is the error that we have. So when I turn on imagery, I'll use Maxa. Coming there. So you see, this is the error that we had. It's like a hanging, and it was tagged as building, yes, but it's like a road, a hanging road. So how do you correct this error? Wait, it's just one. So what you do, you select, you use the line tool, and then you finish it. And there you go, maybe, and then you move it properly, you press Q, key Q to square it. So now it's building, yes, no error. We've corrected it, so we upload our work. We've used, you always have to check the imagery used. So me, I used Maxa, that's it. I upload my changes. And
sorry, Becky, but we cannot see your Gaussian window. We just see your browser. It's
yeah,
like...
I was also going to mention the same. So Becky, I think you need to stop sharing and share again. When you share, choose the option of desktop so that we can see the other windows that are popping up. We can't see your Jason, sorry.
can you see my screen now?
Yeah, we can see your Jason now.
Okay, maybe let me just do something. So let me just. Can you see my screen right now?
Yeah, we can see your Jason.
You see my Joseph?
Yes. Yes, Becky, we can see your screen. We can see, we were seeing your Jason. I think you have stopped it now, but we were seeing it.
I just wanted to run the.
So, Becky, you're saying?
I was saying when I want to share my screen, it like gives me options. I can't share all of it at once.
No, you choose the desktop version. If you share desktop, it will be able to switch from one window to another.
I have basic, advanced, and files. I'm using my app. I'm not using the browser.
You don't have anything like desktop one?
No. Maybe
Okay.
I'll keep on switching.
Okay, it's fine.
So can you see? Sorry about that, guys. Can you see the keep right screen right now?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes, we can.
So I think I will have to select another error because I had corrected that one. So I'll select this one, did this, and then can you guys see my Joseph?
Well,
No.
not yet.
Can you see my Joseph?
It's just saying, okay, yeah, we can now.
Guys, I'm very sorry about that. So this is the error. It's a hanging rod. So I've turned on my, so without the imagery, this is what you see. So when you turn on your imagery, so that you can clearly see what's happening, you can see it's a road, it's highway, it was residential, and it is hanging. How do we correct this error? We shall pick our select tool, our line tool, sorry. Then I'll click here and I'll join it to this one. Now I've finished correcting my errors, so I'll upload my changes. And that is it for that error. So now I've gone back to keep right.
Yeah, maybe we can switch to another tool to save on time because we're done fair.
Okay. So another tool is it's Osmose. So Osmose is just like keep right, only that for it identifies smaller issues like some other inaccurate taggings and so on. So so for Osmose there are two ways that you can use it. You can use it by entering someone's username, and then you can just turn around the map and zoom to your extent, or you can just search for the place that you want. So I will start with username. When I click on this link, it brings me to statistics. So the errors that I'm going to run, they're not really caused by that person. They're probably so when you're mapping, sometimes when you're mapping a road, you map it halfway, then another person mapped halfway, or you've modified the building, another person modifies it. It's basically not 100% that these errors have caused by that user. But since the person touched on it maybe last, probably that is why. So I'll try with, and I'll submit. So these are the statistics of the errors the person has obtained, as you can see. And then we want to see these issues like conflict between tags, amenity, land use. The descriptions are right here. So when you want to view this on the map, you just click right here. And then, just a minute. So everything is unchecked right here. So when you check, give it some time to load. Okay, maybe let me just use another user and we see. Show on the map. So here we are. So Osmose is just like keep right. These are the different errors that it detects, just like keep right. So as you can see, when I did the use, these are some of the errors that I got. So when you click on it here, it gives you a description of that error, when it was reported. And then right here on my right, there's a deep description of that error, and they even give you an example of the picture. So if you want to correct this error, that right here, there are different editors you can use. There's Josem. So when I click right here, It's going to run my it's going to run in my JOSM. Oh, see my JOSM.
Yes, we can see it. Yeah.
Great. So I'll download the data right here. So when I zoom in, you can see that this road is crossing this building, right? And this is the area that we got. So what I need to do is to move this and position it well. Once I've corrected it, I will upload my changes. Make sure the imagery that is there is correct. Then I upload. So the same thing, if you want to select, you come back, you select, it runs in your JOSM, you do the same things. Another thing that you can do here, you can still log in right here. You already have the interface and you want to maybe check my work or your friend's work, you can log in right here. So for me, it's Becky Candy. You grant access. And here you go. So there are different issues. They're like 3-level issues. This one is like the most important, then the next, then the next. So these issues are according to the importance of the issues. So once you run, you select, there's another one. You can select this. They're saying there's a large building intersection. You view it via JOSM. So then I will download the data right here. As you can see, these two are intersecting. So what I do, I move this. I can use this tool to adjust. It's the create tool. It makes work easier than moving the nodes. You just pick this create tool and you move. So right now they are not intersecting. I'll upload my changes. And then I'm done. So that is it. And then that is it for Osmose. Then another way you can identify errors, you come right here in the search button. You search for me, I would search for Kampala. Type in the country that you want. So it's Kampala, Uganda. I'll select that. So these are the errors in Kampala. So one of them, I could click here. It's also intersecting. Let me just click this one here. Okay. It's loading the error. So this is it. A tree intersecting a building. So, and right here, it shows you a picture of an example of it. So if I want to view this error, I'll run it via JOSM, same thing. And that is it. So I'll download the data. There's a tree right here, as you can see when I zoom in. So I will just move this. Maybe press Ctrl+Alt to just adjust it a bit. And that is it. Then I'll upload my changes. So that is it for Osmose. Maybe for Osmose, maybe if I can mention something different about it. If you want to download this data right here, you can export it here. And then if you want to change language, for example, you have a preferred language, come right here, you change it to your preferred language. And then, yeah, this is stats. Like if you select, it will show you the different stats of the era. Maybe to just go back. And I think that is it for this. And then maybe another tool that I would like to talk about is OSM Inspector. So these tools are basically, they do the same thing, but they kind of have different, slightly different errors that they query. Now for this one, this is how it looks like. I'll just run it directly. And the interface is more or less the same. So this side, these are the different errors that you query when you want. So there are taggings. If you want to query to correct errors on taggings, you click on that. So there are places, highways, areas, coastline, etc. And then right here, when you want to query, you just zoom into your extent, and then you click on the map. Once you click on the map, it brings so many errors. So it's up to you to choose on which one you want to correct. So on my left, right here, like when I click on this error, they have different colors. This is like ways without tags. This color here. So it's right here, it shows you when it was that change set was made. Then right here, there are different editing tools that you can use. There's JOSM, there is Potluck, there's ID editor. So depending on what you prefer, you choose. So me, I would choose JOSM. So there you go. We'll just download. When I select on it, just close this and close this. So the error is that this place, it has no tag. Like the way you can tag a place, you say, like, for example, like amenity equals hospital, something like that. Maybe let me share this clearer one. Let me zoom in a bit. Then I'll run it in my JOSM. Just turn off. So this is the error that you have. Like for example, when you're tagging, like for example, when you're tagging this place, you're supposed to say maybe it's like it doesn't have like office, the name of the office. So for me, since I'm mapping remotely, I don't have much idea on this, so I really don't know which place it is. I don't know if it's an office or it's just a phone center. Maybe I could just say place equals office, something like that. Let me see. Like they're just talking about the materials it has, the name of the place. They have not named which kind of place it is. Yeah. Maybe if there's something to share right now, if you have any questions. Jeffrey, are you there?
Hey, yeah, I'm there. I think I can go to OSM channel if you're done with the OSM inspector.
Unless they have questions.
Yeah, no questions yet on the chat. So yeah, if anyone has any questions, you can drop them on the chat. Yes, so if you can stop sharing your screen so that I can share mine. Thank you. Okay, so let's quickly jump into OSM CHA, which is the other quality assurance tool. Is everyone able to see my screen, which has OSM CHA?
Yes, Jeffrey, we can see it.
Thank you. Yeah, so yeah, basically OSM CHA is not so much different from the other three tools, but it has a bit more useful features. So you can do filters, you can save those filters and use them. You can monitor change sets. It also has like a map view which shows you those kind of errors. So it's a better tool for monitoring change sets and trying to identify where errors are. So basically it has a help guide which has like a guide on how to use it, how to set up filters, how to what the different pages mean. And I'm just going to just explain this. I'm going to open the website and just apply these queries. One of the things you can do is to review change sets, which can be done by additions, modifications, and deletions. So I have slides which are important if you want to go back and look through, but I want to just demonstrate this live. So we'll share the slides for you to use, but for now I'm going to just switch to the OSM chart and demonstrate how it works. So the website is osmcha.org. OSMcha was a tool that was developed by someone called Willem Marcel. He lives in Brazil. He is working with HOT, and it's a nice tool for visualization for OpenStreetMap. So this is how it looks like. One of the things you have to do to use it is to sign in with your OSM account right here. So you don't have like to create another account on OSM. You just have to log in with your OSM account, which is nice. I was showing you I was talking about the guide. So you find it right here where there is a question mark. So the question mark will show you there is like the introduction, what is OSM chair, how to review a change set, and how to set up filters. It also has other things like the user page and the FAQ. So all the information you need to learn how to use it is right here. Yeah, but I'll just go on and let you know how it works. So on the left-hand side here, you can see users and the changes they have made. So for example, someone called Mbeyele created this change set 84423 785. So there are these three colors, and what that really means is that that person made 15 additions. So he added 15 new objects to OpenStreetMap. The orange color means he made modifications. So he modified 35 objects and deleted 12 objects. Okay, so that's what those colors mean: additions, modifications, and deletions. The other thing you can see is a flag. So flags are shown in a blue color. So like an unknown ID instance, that is a flag. New mapper, that is a flag. So if I am trying to look out for new mappers and trying to give them like advice, this is like what I would do. I'll click on this person and it will show me the details first of all. So there is this dialog box that turns up, and it basically has like 6 tabs. So each tab means something different. So the first one is details. I will see the mapper's name, how many edits they made, and when they made it. I'll be able to see the change set comment. So the change set comment will tell me which project, if it is it was from tasking manager, which country. I can also see like the source. So this person did not put a source. So the source should be like, is it a survey or did you use just imagery? The ID editor, that's the editor he used, and I can see the version. I can also see the imagery he used. And here I can see the change he made. So he added a building. Yes, I can be able to give him feedback if the building was done well or not. The other thing that you can do is also to look at other flags. There's one that's called possible import. So if I click on this, I'll be able to see this person added 1,822 objects in one change set. So a change set is one, like when you save things to go to OpenStreetMap. So obviously that is a flag, okay? It doesn't mean that it is a wrong thing, but it is a flag. So for you who is checking the data quality, your work is actually to check, okay, it is a flag. Is it true? We need to be worried about what this person added. So then you go in and check. So when you click on this person, you will see here in the map, the changes that he made. And remember these colors. So the green or blue, light blue is the new things he added. The orange, which is 7 items, those are roads, the things which he modified. So there is 0 deletions, which means he deleted 0 things. Okay. So we can zoom in and have a look at what this person was trying to do. And of course, there is the open with. So I can open this change set and view it either in JOSM. I can view it in ID, in Ashavi, or level 0. All of these are editing tools. Okay. So that is the first tab. It shows the details of the change set. The second tab, so the second tab will show you flagged features. So there are not like specifically tagged features for this user. That's why it is empty. There are no tag changes. The fourth one is comments. So you can actually comment on this change set and send feedback to a particular person. The fifth tab will show you this person's OSM experience. Whenever you are looking at data quality, always try to look at the history of the mapper, because it will tell you whether they are experienced mappers or not. So he joined OpenStreetMap 7 years ago. He has 7,000 edits. He has 1 bad edit and 15 good change sets. So that's like the basic information about the user. And then the last tab shows you the map control. So you can actually filter and it's okay. I want to see only modified things, so you can switch on off the others. So you can see from the map now it is showing you only the modified, which is orange. Or if you want to look at only added, then you can click here and it will show you only the added items. You can also decide to choose the base map. So it can be, you can choose when and say, okay, I want to see the background in Bing. So you can see also the things added on Bing. So that's the map controls here. Now, the other thing that is very good with OSM chat is that you can save filters. So I'll show you some of the filters I've created and how to create a filter. So if you click on filters here, it will open for you the window on how to make a filter. So there are several filters you can do. You can filter by date and say, I want to see the change sets from this date to this date. So I may want to see change sets from 1st of April up to 30th of April. I want to see all the change sets on this project, which is 8019, for example. So you put the hashtag on a certain project from the tasking manager. I can also say I want to see all the change sets that I've made with the hashtag COVID-19. I can choose a location, but if I've put a change set comment, I may not choose a location. I can leave that blank. You may also want to put a bounding box. So with a bounding box, you may say, okay, I want to see changes like in Kenya, for example, and you can draw something like a bounding box. So meaning that you'll be looking at all the errors in that place. So you can also do that. Yeah, but I don't want to do that now. I just want to look at change sets with this comment. So I'm going to come here and say apply. So what it's going to do, it's going to create that filter. You can see it is refreshing here. It has found 2,188 change sets, which have been made using that hashtag. And I can see the users who have been mapping using that right here. And I can look for different flags. I can also say, okay, order by. I want to see, so the order by will show you different categories. For example, I want to see descending on deleted. So it is going to show me people who have deleted a lot of items. So like this person deleted information that was mapped by a new mapper. So I can check that. Kwajo, he mapped using, I think, Teach OSM. He also deleted a lot of information. So I might want to look into that, and I might want to send a message to, if it is true, he did it well, I say, okay, thank you for the change set. If it is something that he did wrongly, I may want to give them feedback. So you can see the changes that this user made. All the red things are buildings that he deleted. The orange ones are those ones he modified, and the red ones, the green ones are the ones that are new. So I may want to open this in JOSM and just have a good look. So what I'm going to do is, if I want to see in JOSM, I'm going to run my JOSM so that it is running in the background before I say open with. So I'm starting my JOSM now. So that's the good thing with OSM chat, because it shows you visually the changes that a certain user made. Um, so David is asking, can you edit or correct errors using OSM chat? So OSM chat will visualize the changes, but to correct the errors, you have to use another tool like ID editor or JOSM. So I'm just starting my JOSM now. And then I'm going to look at these change sets. Okay, so JOSM is starting. As it is starting, I want to show you something else. See, when you come to filters, one of the cool things that you can do, you can look at a specific group of people. So, so like where there is users, you can put people's usernames, and you can be able to look at just those people's edits. So the other thing, you can save your filters. So when you create a filter and you don't want to create it every time, you can save it. So for example, there is a filter I have. If I come here under my filters, there's a filter which I called Data Quality Internship 2020. And basically it has all our usernames who are participating in the data quality internship. So it helps me to just keep track on, what everyone is doing without doing it manually. So, for example, Ariandra has made 4 minutes ago, he made, uh, these additions. I think the time is not right because I think Ariandra is on the call. Yeah, but yeah, 253 objects she has added today. And I may want to just look at this. So she was mapping on the Educate Girls project. I can see Mapper IT. So I can see who has been, making changes today. So you can see the edits, the contributions that she has made. And I can say, okay, I want to open this in JOSM just to, okay. Hadiza is saying I can't really hear you. Can everyone hear me? Or something's wrong with my mic? Okay,
Yes.
thank you. Okay, she's saying it's better now. Sorry about that. Yes, I've just opened Alejandro's change set in JOSM just to look at it. I'm going to put my imagery. I'm going to use Maxa Premium. Okay, and you can see from the edits that the edits are good. Okay, so it looks okay to me. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to come back to my change set and come, and here there's a button which is called verify. So I'm going to come here and say, this is good work. There is no problem. Of course, if you don't look in JOSM, you may not realize because the imagery used here is Mapbox imagery, which is really old. So if you go to JOSM, you'll have a better imagery to compare with. So I've said it is good. I've given it the change set a thumbs up. You can see the thumbs up here. It's in blue color, and it has appeared here. And then I can also come and add a tag. And I say, okay, yeah, there's not even reason to add a tag because there's no issue. If the changes had a problem, like very bad editing, I can choose one of these and I say, okay, the severity is low, high, or critical. Yeah, but this is okay. I can just say it is resolved. So there's no problem with this change set. Okay. Let's look into the other people who have been contributing is this hashtag. So I can say, yeah, Jakub. I may be interested to see people who are, deleting a lot of things. So I can say descending deleted. because one of the things we are asked to do as validators, don't delete an object. If it has a problem, modify it. So it's always good to, instead of deleting, modify. But in some instances, you can delete, but not always. So I may be interested in just looking at that and just sending someone feedback. So let's see, Katie. Katie was validating on the Peru mapping. So I think she found a lot of errors by a started mapper, and she modified it also. Let's see what happened here. So she deleted a lot of objects, and I think you can see deleted them rightly because this person was mapping, you know, very many buildings and trying to map them as one building. So new mappers do these things. So someone mapped like 5-10 buildings and tagged it as one building. So these are the issues that we have to, you know, solve. Yeah. So I think she deleted these objects and she did it rightly. So I cannot say that she did the wrong thing. Yeah, so this is the reason why data quality assurance is very important, because the new mappers actually make these mistakes. So you see, someone mapping several buildings and saying this is one building. So that's the importance of quality assurance. We can also look at this change set by Elizabeth. So that's how good OSM chat is. You can visually see change sets and you can open them in JSON. Okay, so this is, I think, India. Okay, can see a lot of buildings still deleted. So yeah, my advice is if you can modify, please modify instead of deleting, because when you delete, the history of that object disappears. If you modify, the history is kept. All right, so the other thing I wanted to show you is save the filters. You can save filters. So if I click on this, you can see the filter, one of the filters I saved. So this filter, what I did, I got all your usernames and added them to this filter. So whenever I want to see the changes we're making, I just open this. I don't have to add the usernames every time I come to use OSM. So you can also do that if you have people you're working with. If you are running a project, for example, you are if you are at a youth mappers chapter and you have people who contribute for your chapter, you can add their usernames here. You save the filter and you just come here, you look at their work, what they have been doing, and you send them feedback to for them to improve their mapping. So this is Christine. She added 237 objects in this change set. So I can look at that change set and see. Always when you go to look at someone's change set, also look at the other things. If there are some things which have been flagged, they will show there. So she was mapping here. Her edits are good, then I'll come verify and say, okay, this is good. Yeah, so that's basically how OSM works. It's a nice tool for quality assurance. So the good thing with it is that you can open with your favorite editing tool. You open that change set and you can look at it in more detail. So I've just opened this change set by Harry, who was mapping in Tanzania, and I can see the things he did. So everything looks fine here. One thing you have to be aware of with OSM chat, if you open a change set, it will show you only the things that someone uploaded in that change set. So for example, you can see these nodes here. Maybe I can switch off the image so that you see better. You may wonder, okay, why are these objects coming with only nodes? It doesn't mean that Harry only drawn nodes without ways. I think he just modified the building by touching these nodes. That's why they are coming only. So it just shows you the things he uploaded. So if I want to see the actual data in this area, then I have to download from OpenStreetMap so that I can also see the other data that is around. So always keep that in mind as you use OSM Cha. It only shows you things in a change set. If you have to see other things around, you have to download them. Yeah. Coming back here. So I think we have talked about everything that is important, because you can order here things, you can create filters. The most important thing is to set up your filter and save it depending on what you want. You can use a bounding box, and also you can choose, okay, I want to choose the reasons for flagging. So you may say, okay, I want to see only things, let us see an interesting one. Yeah, like some people map for Pokemon. So you can flag those features. You can also just flag and say, okay, I want to see only new mappers, and then you apply. As a validator, as someone who always corrects people, you want to always give new mappers feedback, because once you correct their mistakes as they start to learn mapping, then they don't make more mistakes. It saves you more time in the future. So always look out for new mappers and give them feedback. If they're doing good work, just tell them, thank you so much for the mapping. Please, your edits are good, and so on. Always give them feedback. Yeah, so you can see, for example, from this person, there's no building that looks like this. So if I open this in JOSM, I can also give this person, can send this person a message. So I'm coming here. I've just switched on the imagery. So you can see what is really happening here. This mapper thinks, okay, that the building, he's dodging like things like trees. I think the imagery is not very good. Let's see Bing if Bing is better. Or else look at the actual project and find out what was used. Yeah, but you can see the shapes of buildings here. They are not okay. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back and I can correct these things, and then I go and just give the person feedback. Okay. So I'm going to come here and come to the comment, and I say, okay, that this change set has buildings with So I'm trying to write a change set comment, and I'm posting this comment. So this person will receive that comment and have read it in their in their inbox. But I can also correct the mistakes myself. Yes, I think that's it. So I just want to open it up for questions. I don't see any questions on the chat. There was one by David, but I think I answered it. To be able to correct a mistake, you have to go to another tool. Yeah, so it's time for questions. So feel free to unmute and ask a question or post it in the chat. Yeah, any questions? It can be on any of the tools we have looked at. OSM, Cha, Keep Right, OSM Inspector, Osmose.
Hi, Jeffrey. I have one question regarding OSM cha. When you verify the quality of the mapping, does the mapper get the message, or you have to write like personal message as you did for this new mapper, Flashman Black?
Okay. Yeah, that's a good question. So there are several ways how we can give mappers feedback. So, for example, if I click on this change set, it's going to take me to OpenStreetMap, and it will show me that change set. Okay. This change set was closed by this user, Falsman Black, about 1 month ago. And here it is showing me a change set comment that has been made by me 2 minutes ago. And it was published by OSM Chair. So it means that I made this comment via OSM Chair. And if someone clicks on this link, they will also be able to see the change set in OSM Chair. So when I give someone feedback using that, it goes on the change set itself. The other way to give feedback to the mappers, if someone has been mapping using the tasking manager, then you can give them, you can leave a comment for them in the tasking manager by tagging their username, and they receive a message in their inbox on OpenStreetMap where they can, you know, yeah, they'll be able to receive that message, and they can reply to me or correct the mistake. So those are the different ways. Yeah, did that answer your question?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Any other question? Okay. Yeah, I think
Hello?
Yes, Benedicta.
Please, when one validates a work, does another person also checks whether the validation was okay?
Yeah, that's a very good question. That's a good question. I think I can show you this practically. So if I come to OpenStreetMap here, and just going to download the data in this area. So what OpenStreetMap does is that it keeps a history of each object that is in OpenStreetMap. So if I want to see this, I think it's a railway line, I can see, yeah, it's a railway. If I want to see the history, then I'm going to come here to view, and then I say history. The shortcut for history is Control H. So what that will do, it will show me the history of this object. So it keeps like the complete history. Who has edited this object? I can see the first person to make this object was Martin in 2013. It was modified by Heinz, by Jacob, and the last person who modified this is Fluffy Unicorn, who I think is mapping with us in the data quality internship. And I can see like the editor each person used. So the first person used Josim. These people modified using ID editor. So that's why it is very important not to delete an object, but modify, because you want to keep the history of the object. So yeah, to answer your question, if you validate an object, can other people check what you validated? That will be only through the OSM history, because like you can see here, Fluffy Unicorn modified this object during validation, and we have a history of that. Yeah, but through the tasking manager, once you have validated, that means we take it that the work is okay and upload it to OpenStreetMap. But other people will be able to see the changes that you made as well because the history is there.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, I think this was a long webinar. We already passed the hour. I don't want to keep everyone for any longer. I just want to say again, thank you so much for the mapping. I'll be doing another, we shall be doing another webinar again next week. I think we shall be looking at QGIS. Yeah, if you have any questions on any of those tools, feel free to post them in the Slack channel. And yeah, let's keep the fire burning there. Yeah. Yeah, please.
Geoffrey,
yes.
can any of the tools help you revert an action? For example, if you checked with OSM char and you found out that Samson really deleted some buildings that seemed okay, can it be possible for you to revert an action?
Yes, that is possible. It is possible to revert a change set. That's the thing we do if there's what we call vandalism. So some people do it intentionally, some people don't do it like intentionally. So like someone can come here and draws like 100 buildings that don't exist, and you find okay, this is not a good thing. You can revert those changes. I think reverting changes is one of the topics we should look at. Yeah, I think we can spend some little time on that next week and look at how to revert a change set. The other use of reverting a change set, if someone has imported data, because OpenStreetMap does not allow people to import data that does not have the right license. So yeah, the only way to solve that problem is to revert the change. Yeah, some people also even just delete things. Someone goes and deletes like the boundary of a country, and that country now disappears off the map because a new user deleted the boundary unknowingly. So yeah, the way the admin team helps and the experienced mappers is to revert those changes. So yeah, thank you for raising that, Samson. I think we should really spend some time and do that and look. So just a homework for you guys. Please go to OSM char, put in the change set ID for any project that you're working on, or if you're doing validation, or even if you're doing mapping. And just look at the people who are contributing, look at the change sets, and try to see if there are issues that need fixing. Yeah, you can also try to practice with the other tools that Becky was showing us. OSM Inspector and KeepRight and Osmose, although those ones may not be able to use the change set comment. You just zoom into the place you are interested in, or you can even look at your own errors and try to fix them. Yeah, it's always good also to fix your own errors. Let me see. I'll just show something. Anyway, yeah, that's it, I think, for today. Yeah, unless there is any other question that's burning, I think we can end it here. And yeah, we meet next week on another webinar. Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, happy Ramadan for those who are fasting. But yeah, enjoy the rest of your week, and happy Labor Day tomorrow.